Okay, just a really quick memo here. Um, so I'm going to give you a little backstory, so just a little bit. I was reading some posts on Facebook today, and a friend of mine, someone I had considered a friend, and I still in some way consider him a friend, um, he had some posts. He had some posts that caused a little movement within me. And so I wrote an article about that based on ideas that we hold. I'm not going to share that in this video because I am going to submit this for publishing. And so I don't want to um, speak about that which has not yet been published. But perhaps later I might. So since I was sitting at my computer and typing this article out, and then I did some tarot. I did some tarot card readings for myself pertaining to my upcoming move. And then I was given the inspiration that I was supposed to write a letter to myself. And so, because I was given these inspirations through the tarot cards, so I was being talked to by spirit through my cards, which is what I asked for. All of my loving entities to communicate with me through that tool. That's what they are. They're a tool. And I wanted to, so I guess Spirit wanted to make sure that I remembered what I was told in my card readings. And so I was told to get out a pad, like I was writing myself a love note, and this is what I was inspired to do, and that's how it was explained to me. Like, get the pretty paper out, just not just any old paper, get the pretty paper out. And this is what it says. It says, "My dearest child, this message is intended to help stimulate your motivation toward your goal for yourself that is in alignment with me and your highest good. We wish to see you with family. We wish for you to know the love of having community. We wish for your burdens to be lightened by the sensation of having people in quotation marks, as you call it. We are with you. We are providing everything you need. We ask you to move toward that which you want, that we can make straight your path. But you must be moving. You are loved more than you know. All." So it is signed by capital ALL, all. So I found that really interesting because I would say that all encompasses a lot, and there are a lot of we's used, and there is an I used. Actually, it says in the beginning, it says to motivate, to stimulate your motivation toward your goal for yourself, and yourself is capitalized, that is in alignment with me, it says. So, that was really interesting to me, but the me is not capitalized. So isn't that interesting? Because, yeah, because God doesn't need to capitalize the me. That's just funny. But anyway, that was an interesting experience, and I'm still kind of a little in disbelief about it. So I'm gonna keep reading it to myself until it feels real. But it was really wonderful to have that validation, and the cards, the messages I got through the cards were very uplifting and positive, but also indicated that I've been dragging my feet here. I've been, and that's true. I have been lacking motivation. I have been lacking motivation. I am aware of it, and I've been questioning it for a couple of weeks now. Like, hey, I was told to do this thing. Why do I not have the motivation? And as I was taking down this love letter to myself from Spirit, from my loving entities that are with me, what was communicated to me in imagery in a vaster way was that, yes, you know, you've been told this is what you're doing, but we still need you to exercise your will by moving toward it. So, you know, the little steps that you take, even the littlest steps that you take moving toward it, they then magnify that. So I think that's interesting, because as it was explained to me while I was taking down this memo and I'm getting all this information other than what's written here, is the complexity of it, or the detail of it. And that's what they're communicating to me, is that you move in the direction of that which you want to see happen. Now that you know we're blessing the situation and you have our blessing in it, like, this is, we agree with this decision and we are in alignment with this decision. So now we need you to exercise your will in that direction. And that as that happens, these things are just going to unfold very, very quickly. All I have to do is give a little tiny bit, and it's just gonna begin, just going to snowball. So it was really interesting, the imagery that I got. And when I get imagery like that, it's like if it's a knowing, it feels like a knowing. So as the information is communicated, the it's almost like assimilated into my being, in a sense. So it's just like when I read certain texts, and even though it's words on a page, that which is true just somehow becomes a part of me. And that which is not truth doesn't. And that's oftentimes how I can tell the difference between a perception and a real truth. Okay. And so that's where I'm able to make distinctions. Is because the truth just becomes a part of me, the truth that I align with. Okay. My truth just becomes a part of me. And the things of that are not my truth do not. Why do I say it that way? I say it that way because my truth is in alignment. It is truth that is in alignment with my soul's journey. That is heaven. Heaven is when we fully align with our higher self's intentions in this material experience, okay? And what that also recognizes is that not everyone's is the same. So that is why it's very important to honor other people's journeys also, as long as they're not doing harm to others, perceived others, okay? My body, my choice. My body, my choice. And it means a lot of things. It means my body, this vessel, is my contract with the divine realms, or the divine. This is my contract with the divine. And everyone in a body is in contract with the divine, their higher self, okay? We all have the same source, God, as you might call it. We all have the same creator in that sense. But my contract with my higher self is not the same as someone else's. They have their own. Why is this? Because if we all had the same exact contract or the same exact goal here, there wouldn't be this many of us, this many fragments operating, okay? So each one of us is here as a point of attention of God, an expression of the divine in this material experience. And that is necessary for all of the intricacies. Thank you. That was a hard one. Intricacies of potentiality and possibility to occur. Okay? And we are all, if we were all operating as a single expression of God, there would only be one experience happening. It is necessary for there to be billions of experiences happening because they're all a point of attention. Okay. I don't understand computer programming or 3D printing. I don't understand any of that, but I'm seeing things that are like, in order for you to have a multiplicity of frames of reference, you have to have a lot of independently operating pieces that together form a whole. So everybody's giving a piece of the scene, a visual, and then when you bring all those pieces together, you have a complete 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D visual understanding of that which is occurring. Take that for whatever it is. Okay. That's I'm just communicating what I'm seeing. So I have absolutely no education or training in that field or any of those fields. So I am not a techie. I am not an engineer. I am not a physicist. I am not any of those things, but this is how it's being shown to me. Okay. And the words that are coming in. So I just wanted to share that because I feel like it's really, I feel like it's really inspirational when I can testify that, I can absolutely testify that each one of us has a connection to God, to source, to things, beings, knowledge greater than the small self that is an incarnate in a physical body. That is not to say that we are not going to expand and have a greater awareness of things coming in, because that is happening. I mean, how do we know it's happening? Because there are a lot of us that already have that ability. We all innately have that ability, that divine connection, the connection even as strong as that which Jesus had when teaching the message of Christ, right? When speaking from the Christ within him. So that incredibly divine connection, the strength of that connection is possible in all of us. And we're coming closer and closer and closer to that all the time, of that becoming the norm instead of it being the anomaly. So I just have to give my testimony that I know that I can talk to God and that God can talk to me. And it doesn't matter if if God is talking to me through other loving beings, because let's face it, there's a big world out there, and universe upon universes and many worlds has he created, and his messengers doing his will, speaking his word and communicating with us. It doesn't matter if it's God, the source of all, or one of his loving, angelic, divine counterparts that is communicating with us on the behalf of the all. Okay? It doesn't matter. It's still God. It's still God talking to you through whatever channel is available, through whatever channel is listening and able to speak. And that's what you're seeing on the human level also, is there are a lot of human channels here. These channels that are able to hear and willing to speak the message. And so I think, we're seeing a lot more of that. And I think we're going to see more and more and more of it as the days and weeks and months progress. The crazier things get in the world, the more we need speakers to bring us back to the remembrance of that which is real. that we can cast away the things that no longer serve us, which is all of these stories and delusions of whatever is playing out here. That way we can continue to rise above it and bring in the truth that is the Garden of Eden that this planet has been and will be. So there we are, whatever that is. So I thank you so much for listening, and I hope this resonates with you. And if it doesn't, if it doesn't resonate with you, cast it away, because it's not for you. But I thank you. I am grateful for you. Thank you for being on this crazy ride with me. In peace and love, may you be blessed.